2 new Deduction style skins might be coming out very soon, and possibly we might be getting some bundles in the store that will let you get a ton of essences. For more news like this, stick around for this week's episode of This Week in Identity V. Welcome back everyone to another episode of This Week in Identity V. It's the first one of this year 2022, so I hope you guys had a great little holiday. If you guys are still on holiday, I hope you guys enjoy it, because I'm on holiday kind of. I'm trying to work out some cool videos for this week at least. Getting into what we got last week, we got the Neon Corridor event that came along with the COA V event, of course. This is the second kind of event for the COA V, where if you previously registered your team towards the COA V thing, you now will have access to participate in some events, in some event matches that will be able to give you points to unlock different things like skins, for Postman, a skin for Guard 26, fragments, and a pet as well. Along with access to up to 19, I believe, essences for COA V. Of course, we also got the new COA V essence that is kind of cool as well, because it comes with the S tier skin for Geisha. That is an incredible skin in my opinion. I've seen it in game and it looks incredible. We also got the A tier skin for Prisoner, for Forward, for Enchantress, and also for First Officer. And because there are so many A tier skins, I think it has made it a little bit easier for you guys to get a tier skin, because I think there are less things available in the essence. I'm not completely sure, but obviously it increases your chance of getting something because there are more of them. And it looks like we might also be getting some more access to more essences soon. So that's also very exciting. I am looking forward to seeing which teams, which top 50 teams from our server will be participating in COA V. I always love watching the Identity V tournaments in competitive play. We also got the New Year event last week that was exciting because, of course, it was only a couple of days and you could get a specific portrait and some fragments and clues and stuff like that. Since it only lasted a couple of days, you had to quickly get in there, do all the stuff, and if you stuck around until midnight of server time, then you got to see the fireworks in the game. That is also very nice. I did not and have not seen any of those things. We got the Mechanics Deduction skin last week. That is the kind of nice blue one that looks very different. It isn't one of like Mechanics' usual really bright kind of colorful skins that she always gets, where you can always tell which one she is in the team. This one is a little bit more subtle, but also kind of classy, so I think it's nice, and I've seen a lot of people using the skin, so it is quite popular. We got 2 character days technically. As of the recording of this video, it is currently Enchantress's birthday, so make sure that you go and participate in that, or if you obviously at the release of this video, that I hope that you did participate in the event, because this will be too late. Soulweaver's birthday was also yesterday for me, so 2 days ago for you guys. If you participated in those events, you got the portrait frames and some coins in game to be able to buy kind of things if you missed some of the previous events for other characters. One of the biggest things that we got news-wise was that we got Little Girl's Nerf. Yes, she got a big one as well. This is probably her 2nd or 3rd nerf. I'm not completely sure how many she's had. Her biggest nerf is that if she is synced with a survivor and the survivor gets hit, it doesn't matter if they get knocked down, but if they take 1 full damage, not a quarter damage from chip damage of course, then she instantly gets kicked out, not when the survivor gets knocked down. Of course when the survivor gets knocked down as well, but you get the point. If the person takes half of their health in damage, then you get kicked out. Now she can also not interrupt a hunter's stun on a survivor, so if a hunter stuns a survivor, she cannot use the pages to push them out of that. Her movement speed ability, where when she kind of desyncs from a survivor, giving them a little movement speed boost, is only given to her now and not to both the survivor and to her. And she got some big nerfs for some wildling interactions that I can imagine I hadn't heard about, but sounded pretty kind of broken to be honest, and I'm really glad that got nerfed. Novelist also got a bit of a nerf now, where if he has Tide Turner, he can now not collect information about the hunter to be able to use to control them, at least whilst he's in the Tide Turner effect, I mean. This was something that I guess makes sense, because technically if you got hit, you could just stand there staring at the hunter, collect the information about the hunter, and then you'll be able to control them later, and that's not something that we want. It doesn't really kind of promote fun and interactive gameplay. Oh, Dawn Map, the Lure's memory one, is also removed. They gave us access to more kind of the persona web thingy for characters, more like the story web or whatever you want to call it, with some of the recent character days that we've had. So that means Cowboy's now there, and whoever else we've had recently as birthdays. We got a lot of bug fixes too, and something that we didn't get on our server, but somebody else got on their server, was the line event. And there was a lot of confusion involving this, and I'm still not completely sure if it's completely okay for you to swap server. So if anybody knows if NetEase has condoned this and where the link is to that confirmation where they can condone it, then please tell me down in the description below. That if it is condoned, that means you guys will get access to the cool teddy bear skins. Everyone really loves the entomologist one, and I really do too. What can we expect from next week? Well, it's a little bit kind of foggy what we can expect for next week, because we possibly could be getting the photographer Deduction skin that is called Faust and is based on a German story, as I understand. That's what my moderator said. So this is very exciting, and possibly we could be getting it this week. We could be getting it the following week, but the reason why I think it might be this week is because we also have the Enchantress Deduction skin announced today as of the recording of this video. It was technically yesterday for people who are watching this video. So I would expect, just because of this kind of placement of their announcements, they're not going to release them at the same time, meaning that maybe the photographer one will come out this week. We can hope. It is a very nice skin though. One thing that I can confirm is that on the 12th, I think, or the 13th, I believe it's the 12th, Lawyer will have his character day. So once again, you'll be able to complete all the character day events. And of course, we'll be getting more of the Neon Corridor event. So it's going to be the same stuff. Participate in matches, get points, unlock the stuff. We only have one more week left of it though, before the next stage happens. That is going to be tournaments between the top 50 players, top 50 teams, I believe. As for some rumors and some leaks, we've had the Enchantress Deduction skin announced, as I've said, and it is a very cool skin. I don't know what it's based on, but it is very impressive, and I'm looking forward to seeing that skin in game, because Enchantress has had some adjustments. There are some rumors that she might be getting a nerf soon, so that will be interesting. I do think that she has become less skillful overall as a character, so that might be warranted. I'm not completely sure. We've had another leak that there's possibly going to be a bundle of essences for the COA V essence coming out in the shop, where you might be able to get either 5 essences, 10 or 20 essences, I'm assuming with the purchase of echoes. This is very good though, because it might help you to, get that geisha skin, but that might not be something that we get in our server. It could just be for some other server. A lot of people have been speculating as well about this new survivor. We've had some more sounds released that are definitely confirming it is a rocket themed survivor, and of course lots of people think it might be a Orpheus Nightmare event, where possibly it could be the smiley face hunter and the survivor being the same character. Wouldn't that be interesting? Because it definitely seems like it is a rocket dash effect. That sounds also like a stun when it crashes. Please NetEase, don't give us another stunner. The Hatter P5 says, lately my game will randomly crash when before I'd never ever crash. But lately it's different. I hope it gets fixed. I really do hope that NetEase does address this, because I've had a lot of people in my comments saying that their game has been breaking. So if you guys have had the same issue where your game just keeps on crashing recently, please tell me down in the comments below, and maybe we can even get a collection that we can send towards NetEase and see what their response is, because this is the only way of us getting them to notice things, is by sending them collectively. Kitty says, also 250 essences for S tier is too much. When it's limited, understandable. It could be at least 200 or 190, not sure. Yeah, I'm not completely sure how comfortable I feel with this whole kind of getting a guaranteed S tier at 250 essences. I do understand why things are so limited, but at the same time, that's a lot of money. And I guess that you guys also know that, but there are so many people sinking hundreds of dollars into this game, and I don't completely understand why, and why NetEase condones this, because that is a lot of money to invest into any game. And if you invested that into some other game, you would get tons of stuff, but with NetEase you don't get that much realistically. You just maybe get a couple of skins. It is kind of scary. Otaku Gamer says, now that thank you is removed, we can start doing experiments and have fun. Sadly, Otaku, that has not changed. They've now replaced that with some other things that people are now using to be toxic. And guess what? NetEase did not fix toxicity by just removing one of the toxic words. What do you think will happen with the skins with Enchantress and Photographer? Do you think that it will be coming out this week, or do you think they'll be coming out in subsequent weeks? Also, if you have any issues with the game crashing or any other issues at all with the game, please tell me down in the comments below, and possibly we can get a collection of comments to send towards Netties and see what their response is. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye.